Abraham Lincoln.
Louisiana Purchase, that's a name.
You need to really get off my balls, okay? I'm gonna kick your ass.
Also, why was Michelangelo so stinky? Ew. Welcome to another episode of the AllYouCanHear podcast. This is episode 322, and I'm one of your hosts, Colt, of the Colt. Guys, my name is Colt, and I'm saying it's a cult of Colt.
I love, though, how you combine co-host and host to make coast. So I'll say I'm Wenzel of the East Coast.
Ooh.
Yep. Even though technically I'm not on the East Coast, I'm on the
on the coast. Oh, well, yeah. Well, not really.
I mean, not really. We're in the middle of the state, so
yeah, we're pretty far up. It's like what, 8 hours down? 6 hours?
To get to the beach?
Yeah, it's a far away.
No, it's about 4 hours? 5?
That's still a fucking whole afternoon.
No,
right
I know. I know. I'm just saying it's not 8 hours.
But yeah, you can tell we're doing a little spooky. It's the spooky month. We've already said
wait
that.
a minute. Let's let the audience tell us what they think we're doing. Because since they seem to know everything, let's just give them a second to tell us what they think we're doing. Hold on.
What is this a reference to?
All right.
Is this a reference?
All right. Shut the fuck up and let me do my bit.
Oh, okay.
So, audience, do you have something? No? Okay, then shut the fuck up, you bitch.
Did someone do something?
Look, man, I'm just saying, the audience, they're know-it-alls, okay?
Okay, I hear you. They do know stuff.
You know, I didn't know how this is gonna go. This bit in my head. I was laughing on my way home when I thought of it. I was like, either Colt's gonna join in or he's gonna be really confused. And
I was confused.
I was really hoping for the former, since we've done so many bits where we're like, oh yeah, let's give a second for the audience to like have a moment of silence or something. But that didn't happen.
Yeah, sorry, that was my bad. I thought someone like said shit in like a Twitter reply, and I was like, what is this? What is this?
All right. Anyway, yeah. So if you can tell from the title, we're doing childhood horror banter. This is going to basically be kind of like a banter, but we're going to focus on horrors, things that really scared the piss out of us when we were kids. Could be anything.
And I want to go ahead and say I classify being a kid. Well, I stopped listing stuff on my list from like around, I want to say 13 is when I stopped being scared of most things.
2013 or when you're 13 years old?
When I was 13, which would have been 2012.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. No, I think that's a fair thing, because your development's a little different and you're like a teen at that point. So we're gonna just, you might still be scared of stuff, but not in the way that like you would be as a kid,
Oh yeah.
At that point,
kid fears, you thought death was everywhere.
No, teenager
I don't think
fears,
that's normal.
Teenager fears are different because I don't call it, to be honest. I don't know what to do with what you just said, so I'm gonna let somebody else deal with that. So yeah, so teenager fears are different. It's like, it's like, oh man, I hope I don't go to school with this butt ugly acne, or man, shit, I didn't do the homework, or oh, that bitch of a teacher, that kind of stuff.
If the teacher just knew that I was grinding gold camo all night, that they would have just given me an A, because I was working hard on something else, and I did not want to do your bitch ass
homework,
stupid ass math homework.
Yeah,
I can do my pluses. I can do my minuses. I can't do my division, but fuck you.
Wait, what? That's not good. I can't do my matrices. I can't do my my graphs, but
just watch the movie. You're good.
It's not the same thing, and you know it's not.
Oh, yeah, also,
Uh,
we're down a host. Tanner
yeah, so we should
was
mention
gonna be
that.
here, but he turned into a tiny little creature and got lost in the floorboards.
Yeah, it's kind of like a maze down there for him, so,
Yeah.
we send in a team to find him, but we haven't heard back from that team. It's currently been a week now, so we're fearing the
Yeah.
worst.
I also get my toes licked every now and then. I'm not sure if that's Tanner or the team. We'll figure out
Or a
sometime.
known, third party.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's Tanner, but I don't know. He's never licked my toes before, but he's a creature now, so I don't know.
I don't know, it kinda sounds like you have a fetish.
No, I don't.
It sounds like you're practically begging me right
I
now
don't. Don't look at
for
my
s
phone background.
for well, that's alarming. Yeah, so Tanner's kinda having some personal issues right now, so, I'll be honest with you a little bit, uh, who knows, for quite a little bit now, for the next several podcasts, it's gonna be just me and Colt. Not too sure when Tanner will be back on, but, he's going through some stuff, so just kind of, respect that and, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, originally the plan for this episode was childhood horror
Mm,
films that scared the
yeah.
frick out of us, and, with Tanner there, it was gonna be a short episode initially, but now that Tanner's not with us, we had to, add on to it because if we just did the movies that we had, it would've ended in, like, 15 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll see how this pans out. Honestly, a 15-minute podcast wouldn't be too bad. Uh,
That's not us. That's not me.
all right. Well, since you're so fucking excited to do this, Colt, why don't you start off?
Alright, I mean, I still wanna start with the movies, get through all the movies.
Yeah, yeah. And now, to be fair, we're not really doing like a thing where like we're going in order. We're just kind of bringing stuff up and then kind of bouncing off each other. So you know how
That's what
banter
a
works.
fucking banter implies.
Okay, well, I'm just talking to the new
You
audience.
think the audience is stupid?
No, there's the current audience, which are a bunch of know-it-alls, and then there's the new audience.
Which are stupid fucks, apparently. Jeez.
Just helping them out, man.
Oh my
What do you have
gosh.
against them? Why are you dick riding the current audience so much?
Next question.
Oh my god.
First
Okay.
movie up on the block of things that scared me is Saw 2004.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
There was a time frame when I was little, like, well, it's not really a time frame. Well, all throughout my childhood, my parents never really cared what I watched. They just they only cared about what I interpreted it and like knew what to do and what not to do, have morality, shit like that. And I think they've done pretty well on that front. But I remember we'd have
Mm-mm.
family movie nights when I was very little.
I disagree. I think they did poorly on that front.
Oh no.
I think you're an
And
evil bastard.
this movie along with two others on my list, three others on four all of the movies on my list. Uh we watched when I was little, and all of them are scary as shit, and I always ended up going under the blankets and hiding in fear. I only remember watching Saw 2004 originally as a kid. I've seen it, like, twice now as an adult and as a teenager. I just remember the scene of them being in the bathroom and Jigsaw. Jigsaw used to scare the absolute shit out of me. I hate that little bastard, or I hated that little bastard. Now I think he's a funny little dude.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But
Um,
fuck that little puppet when I was a little kid, it scared the
yeah,
shit out of me.
can I bounce off you real quick about that? Because
No, it's not a banter. Yeah, you can.
anyway, no, that's funny because this is completely. So keep in mind, we don't know each other's lists or choices or anything, so it's just luck that our first movies would line up being Saw as well for me. I've only seen the original Saw. I never saw any Saws after that, and it was only part way through it just because I will say, like, as a kid, I definitely, like, when it came to scary movies, it was very, like, hit or miss. So, like, any movies overtly, like, gory or tortury or anything like that. I just couldn't. My parents didn't allow me to watch. But now that keep in mind, I was allowed to watch other horror movies. It's just that like movies that were like super intense, like Saw, I couldn't watch those. And honestly, I remember as a kid being like, yeah, I don't want to freaking see that because like every time I saw like like the cover of this, the special covers that they had for it, the holographic ones. I don't know if you remember those in
Yeah.
stores. Yeah, I remember every time I saw that, I was like, ooh, icky, grimy. I don't like that.
I miss
Um,
those cover not like the Saw one, but like the holographic, like, covers that stick
the
out.
special covers, yeah, I agree. That's like from a specific, and that too is from a specific era. Because we had an actual movie store in Tuscaloosa before movie stop called Suncoast Videos, and they were just a bunch of had a bunch of a bunch of different not Saw, well, yeah, Saw sci-fi horror stuff. And I remember going there every time. They had so much Saw related stuff. I mean, like the cases, they had the freaking, I believe they had a Jigsaw toy, and they had the freaking that one character with the pig head.
Yeah,
They had
that's
a
the apprentice of the Jigsaw.
Yeah, so they always had that mask. I remember being so freaked out by that, but kind of like, I don't know, because there was also, I'm pretty sure they had action figures too, like McFarlane or Nika,
Yeah.
um, figures as well that were sold in Toys R Us. So, but yeah, I could never. I can even. I remember when I did watch part of it. It was only because it was like way later, not way later. It was a little bit later where it was on TV, and I watched a little bit of it. But then whenever my dad saw that what it was, he was like, he quickly jumped to change it. Um, which is funny because his reaction time was so fucking slow. But, yeah, like you, Jigsaw, did not like that little fucker. Dude was creepy as hell. Didn't make sense in my little kid mind. Why would you do this to me? Why would you put this little fucking thing on a tricycle and have him ride around? Why would you do this? And give him a deep voice? Oh my god.
Yeah, that
But
voice did not help. It did not help at all.
but now Jigsaw is probably one of the biggest horror memes, like, ever.
Yeah, he's just a funny dude thanks to, like, Robot Chicken or something where he's like, "You just wanna hang out?" or
Yeah,
"What's
like Robot Chicken,
up?"
a bunch of different stuff. I feel like, oh god, I don't think it was College Humor. I know there was, like, one bit where it was like, uh, what happens when you have Jigsaw as your roommate, and it was just Jigsaw being like a dick to his roommate, where there's, like, this one bit in there where he's like, "I fed your car keys to your dog." It's just like this little fucking, little poodle or little Maltese or whatever. He's like, "Now you have to decide whether to be late to work or have to kill your best friend."
What the fuck?
It was just like, "I'm not killing my dog." And it's, yeah, it's just a funny bit. It's, little guy, little
And
guy.
now as an adult, I, actually think the Saw movies are fun. They're like they are what they are, just torture videos, essentially. That sounds terrible, yes, but, it's shock value.
It's
It's
really terrible.
interesting, it's fun to watch. 'Cause the
Mm,
second one
do
is
you really wanna
still
do you really wanna follow up torture video with fun to watch?
I mean, yeah, because the watching that woman
Are you really gonna double down?
in Saw 2, there's a scene where a woman is so addicted to heroin,
Yeah,
that
yeah, no, keep going.
she reaches her hand into, like, a razor blade trap, like, it's one of those not Saw cups, those, like, cups that you get from McDonald's, they put the lid on it, you put your finger in there, and you try to pull it out, it hurts, like, "Owie!" But she put her actual hands in there, and she to get the needle, and, it cuts her up good. That shit always freaks me out, even now. It's, interesting to watch. It's like one of those, so fucked up, can't look away situations, but they're fun to watch.
Alright, well, I'm glad. Uh, never please, nobody take any of that what Colt just said out of context, but if you did, it'd probably be really funny. Um, I personally, like, I just don't care for them. I just think it's nothing but torture porn. I just don't I just can't really vibe with that too much. So,
Well, I guess I'm outta here,
okay, bye.
because that's what being friends with me is all about.
Torture porn? Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, I hope not.
That's who I am. All right,
All
what you
right.
know what? You wanna go with your movie?
Yeah, sure. Child's Play.
Fuck, that's on my list too.
Of course it is.
Yep.
Um,
A little fucking bastard. You seen a pattern here? There's little bastards.
Little
Little bastards
bastard.
scaring the shit out of us.
No, that was the thing was, like, for the longest time, dolls as a kid scared the shit out of me. Action figures were awesome, dolls were scary, and Chucky was no exception to that. He was awful. I remember that was the one of the movies that, like, I remember adamantly telling my dad, like, "I am scared of Chucky," and my dad is like, "Okay," and he made sure he's like, "We are never watching Child's Play," because he was like, "Wenzel is absolutely just scared of him," and, never I know my sister tried many times to, like, trick my dad or get us to watch it because she just I don't know, she's just being mean or whatever, um, or she thought it was funny, but yeah, I just dude looked freaky. I never cared for him. It's been an I don't know if I've ever seen the actual Child's Play movie.
I watched the first one recently. It's honestly not great. It's just a little doll chasing after people, killing them with supernatural abilities.
And
I
see,
don't care for it.
that's my thing too, is, like, as I gotten older, there's been also, like, just really funny, like, memes or, like, jokes in media talking about how, like, if dolls did attack you, unless it was, like, something, like, super overtly, like, supernatural, it's just like, it's a doll.
Yeah, they don't have muscles unless it's like a frame with a motor inside
Yeah.
their little bodies, but even
It
then, it's so tiny, so how strong could that motor be?
Now, if you want a good doll, like, brutal killing spree movie, go watch Megan.
Yes, that is a situation where the doll is, like,
Actually terrifying.
scary because it's big enough to do damage.
And it has, like, a robotic frame, like, actual robotics in it, so, like, the strength in there is
Yeah.
it's there. Like, it's actually absolutely plausible. Um, but anyway, yeah, I just always, yeah, I remember too vividly as a kid having a dream, um, where, uh this is, like, one of my earliest dreams too, even though I'd never seen Chucky, it was like so it's at night, and me, my parents, and my sister are stuck in this big, dark house. It's like a bluish black house. It's like looks like a haunted house, basic haunted house, and I remember being just in this big ass room, and in this big ass room is a big ass Chucky. Like, literally, he's just sitting in the corner, uh, head touching the ceiling, and, the only way we wake up is, when he kills us.
Ah, that's fun.
And if we're going by Doctor Strange's, multiverse theory, then technically that was a child Wenzel in another universe who was in a room with the giant Chucky and had gotten killed, him and his whole family. So if there is a god, he's a fucked up monster.
That universe is God, not this one.
I mean,
Ours is taking a vacation.
if there's a god that made a multiverse, I'll just say it, they're fucked in the head, man.
Like, I wanna see a universe where this person's happy, and I wanna see the universe where they are getting decapitated. It's just
And
what I want.
then I wanna see another universe where they commit suicide because 'cause they're so fucking sad. Like, or they jump off a building. It's like, Jesus
Alright,
Christ.
God, this is getting so specific.
Well, the dreams of when you're falling,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like that, like, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I hated Chucky. It's a piece of shit, man.
Yeah, little bastard. Now as an adult, I could kill him
Like,
easily.
also too, I love the bit, I think it's from Venture Bros, where they're in, like, a dream plane or whatever, and, they're being attacked by a bunch of dolls, and he's like, oh, shit," but then it like, cuts to the dolls, and they're just walking very slowly, and they're wobbling, and he's like, "Well, what just happens if we walk through them?" And they just push him down, and then that's it. And it's just like, yeah, like, unless, like, the whatever's possessing the dolls is, like, transforming the physical composition of it, if it's just a straight up doll with a soul, like, you're basically in an inanimate object, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's, yeah. I now, okay, one of my relatives, this was a long time ago, but we went to their we went to this big, like, once family reunion in this really nice ass house that they had, and there was this room. Can you guess what the whole fucking room was lined with?
Uh, Chucky dolls?
Not Chucky dolls, even worse. Just regular girl dolls. Yeah,
Uh,
like, I'm not kidding when I say, like, from the door to the other side of the door frame, like, you know, 4 walls basically of just dolls, like, on
yeah, I
sitting
don't
on the
like dolls.
floor, sitting on shelves above them. I think there was, like, 2 or 3 tiers of shelves with nothing but dolls on them, and I remember, like, avoiding that room. I think I only looked at it twice, and that was it. That's all I needed. I hated that room.
Yeah, even now, I think dolls are they're spooky, not necessarily scary. I don't like looking at them, but specifically like dolls wearing like Victorian era fluffy dresses.
That's what these were.
I hate those. Those are like my least favorite doll because they
I hate
always
them.
look like little spirit monsters,
Well,
little
those
spirits
dolls
in them.
especially are creepy too because usually the hair, like, if they're from those eras or if they're from before, like, probably the 20th century, I mean, those things are made with real, human hair,
Yeah, that doesn't help.
so
And
that's fucking weird.
no
Um,
dolls. That's my rule.
no dolls, I agree. Yeah.
And I'm gonna go ahead and bring in my next movie. I wonder if you have this one as well, and might as well just say our entire list. Not really. I got The Ring 2002, the American version.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This movie was scary as fuck to little me. I had nightmares that I could go out into the kitchen and I would see her face looking at me, and I fucking hated her little
That
fucking self.
that's funny because you barely see her face.
I know. I mean, you don't see her. I don't see her
No, no, I know what
face.
you mean, like, just the wet hair.
Yeah, the wet haired
Yeah.
creature. Just scaring me. I don't really remember much else other than that about the movie because I haven't seen any of the rings fully. I only remember seeing the well scene and just being like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go put my head under the covers now."
Yeah, yeah, I was never too scared of it. Always liked the color, the bluish color and, the font of it. Because I wasn't exposed to it as much. I was actually exposed more to, this is my next movie, The Grudge.
Yeah, that was another one that freaked me out.
The Grudge really, freaked me out. I hated that shit. I could never watch it. I don't think I even haven't even actually seen it. Like you with The Ring. I do wanna see them though.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
I also have the original, not the original, but I have the book The Ring is based off of, which is called, Ringu.
yeah,
I really wanna read that. But, yeah, no, The Grudge, gosh, I remember too, like, for the longest time when I heard about The Grudge, I had, like, an image of my head of that was, and it was completely different from what I saw, but even then, I was still scared of it. In my head, though, The Grudge, like, if I could, like, come up with an image, I just think of this it's called The Grudge, and I just think of this, like, grotesque green, like, dark brown, green ball of just hatred, and that's what I don't know, that just scared me. And then actually seeing The Grudge, I was like, "Oh, fuck. No. I hate kids."
yeah. He used to scare me as well, but I remember when I first heard him meow, I lost my shit, so he stopped being scary.
Fair.
But then
Oh,
he went back to not saying no or doing anything and scared me again.
yeah, I never heard the meow, so it never really, uh that never really crossed me.
Damn, damn, damn. Well, is that one of your movies, The Grudge?
Yeah, The Grudge. Yeah.
Well, shit, I guess I'll name my next one. Curious if this is on yours. I got 28 Days Later, 2003, starring, you know him, the famous, the silly Oppenheimer, Killian Murphy. This
Sh
movie was fucking horrifying. It was I want to say this was the first zombie film I've ever seen. And
Really?
I remember watching it fully, even though it scared the fuck out of me.
Wow.
This like, the thought of people coming back to life and being able to attack me and run full speed without any, like, thing stopping them, that shit scared the fuck out of me as a little kid. Even now, that stuff is scary. I used to have, nightmares of, like, zombies coming and eating me up till, like, I was now. I think I had, like, a zombie nightmare, like, a few months ago. I find zombies
Wow, okay.
creepy and fascinating, and that's why I've always enjoyed, like, zombie media, even if the
Yeah.
movie's considered bad or
Yeah,
game's
yeah.
bad or whatever.
Oh my gosh. Wow, that's actually a good point that I forgot. What was the first zombie movie I saw? Because I know now I will say I was never really scared of zombies except for films like 28 Days Later isn't on my list just because 28 Days Later I didn't really come across that until I was a teenager. And at that point, like I was more fascinated by it than anything. Um oh gosh, hold on, give me a second because I gotta look up this one movie. Um See if I'm right. Because um I do remember
It
oh
was
god.
Dawn of the Dead was around that time as well.
No, actually, okay. Thanks for spoiling it, bitch. No, I think the first zombie movie my dad ever showed me because zombie movies for us weren't really scary. They were just more fun than anything, except for Dawn of the Dead in 2005. I remember
Ah,
I remember that being so terrifying. And here's why, because literally it fucking starts off with a Johnny Cash song. And it shows a bunch of like apocalyptic footage of like riots and like real world shit. And I remember as a kid being like, what the fuck? Like, cannot separating that from also like, having grown up in a religious household and like religious motifs, like, that whole thing like of not being able to separate that. I remember being terrified, and then just that sequence of, like, the whole world going to shit as well in the woman's neighborhood, um, like, the amount of blood too, like, I remember yeah, um, I also do remember the sex scenes where my dad had to, cover my eyes.
yeah, I remember watching bits of, that movie with my family as a kid, and I was like, "Ooh." I didn't say anything, but they were always like, "Close your eyes."
Yeah, yeah, okay, so I'm looking at it, I think the first zombie movie I either saw so I'm probably gonna oh god, I need to know this.
Tisk tisk.
Sorry, hold on. Fuck me, dude.
Also, 28 Days Later is still great, and 28 Weeks Later is also still really good. I enjoy both of those movies a whole lot. I still think they're, like, some of the best zombie movies out there, and, I hope that what is it called? 28 Months Later? Or 28 Years Later? I hope they do the 3rd movie at some point 'cause I'm super interested in that.
Yeah, wow. I did not know that. Um, mm, God, this is really troubling me.
You just made it up.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you like I think it was either Return of the Living Dead Part Two, The Serpent and the Rainbow, or like not Night of the Living Dead, but literally the fucking I can never remember its goddamn name. But
Is
I'm
it a
telling you,
Romero?
I don't know because it's the fucking movie with the goddamn sludge man. And I say that every time, and I know it's either JoJo or Justin are the ones not Justin, probably JoJo. JoJo or somebody is the one to, like, tell me what it is, but I fucking forget it every time.
Is that the
Um,
one where the dude goes underwater and walks across the bed of the ocean?
that Pirates of the Caribbean?
No, it's a movie where the zombies are led by this one dude and they walk underwater. I can't remember what
That's
movie
a
that
different
is.
one. That's a different one,
Okay.
but that honestly might be one of them too. Like, oh my god. But yeah, I think it was, because the one with the Sludge Man, I remember seeing that and being so fascinated by Sludge Man. He looks so cool. And
Was it like a movie that came out in the early 2000s, or was it an old one?
no, it was an old movie. I'm just saying, like,
Ah.
that was, like, I'm just talking about one of my first, like, zombie movies,
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
didn't watch Dawn of the Dead till later. Me and my dad watched usually fun zombie movies, like The Rainbow and the Serpent. That's directed by Wes Craven. That came out in 1988. I remember liking that. I have to rewatch it. It's basically, though, like, oh gosh, like voodoo zombies, kind of, I think. And whenever like we watched it, my dad telling me like, yeah, these are a different kind of zombies. I was like, oh wow, okay. They are brought back from magic. So
Oh,
um
okay. Yeah, I definitely need to check this movie out. I mean,
yeah,
it's
I
a
want to
Wes
rewatch it.
Craven film, so I need to check it out at some point.
Yeah. Gosh, yeah. It's either that or it's Sludge Band. Now I will say the one where it's the one dude um walking underwater like you said, I think there's a scene in there that I still remember sticks out in my head because it just I don't know why it traumatized me as a kid. Uh but there's a scene in there where there's a zombie um killing a guy, and as he's killing him, he's not ripping his mouth open or anything, but he's literally like he's grabbing him and literally ripping his whole, like, face off of his skull. It's because it's a prop, so, like, of course, the face comes off like a mask, but I remember seeing that and just being like, "Oh my god, like, that's possible?"
I
Like, that
mean,
could
it
happen?
is
It
possible.
it is possible, and it's terrible, it's awful. Um, oh gosh, but yeah. Love zombie movies. I love them.
Oh yeah, I every time there's a new one that's coming up, I'm super interested. Even I enjoyed the last Zack Snyder one. I can't remember that was in Vegas. Name of it. It was a
Oh
fun
my god.
time. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I haven't seen it. I need to see it.
But my final movie that I'm going to talk about is one that I didn't realize how much it scared the shit out of me until I really thought about it, and that is It, 1990.
Okay,
Classic
wow.
It. Fucking what is his name? Steph Curry? No, that's the basketball guy.
Tim Curry?
Tim Curry. Yeah.
Wait, let's rewrite history and have Steph Curry be Pennywise.
I don't even think he was born, or he was no, he was probably born. He's probably like a baby though.
I know, but I'm just saying it'd be funny.
I agree. But his Tim Curry's fucking his little Pennywise, that shit scared the fuck out of me. Specifically, the scene where Georgie loses his boat in the sewers, and he's like, "Come on, man, come get me fun down here." And he shows his fangs as it like zooms in on his face. That scene stuck out in my head, like as a kid, and even now, as like, fuck, that's scary as shit. I don't want to ever go near a sewer ever again. 'Cause you know how
Yeah.
kids are, they're prone to hang out in the sewers.
Yeah, that's true. Bunch of, sewer gang kids.
Mhm, tunnel
Teenage Mu
snakes rule.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is one of them.
Yup, yup.
Yeah, makes you think.
But yeah, it was a scary time for me. I didn't watch it fully until a few years ago when, I think I was watching it before It Part 2 came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an alright movie. The new ones are better in my opinion.
New ones are better. Skarsgård is much more terrifying, in my
Oh, yeah,
opinion.
yeah, yeah. And the final form in the '90s it's, doesn't look good. Looks I know it's practical, but and I usually like practical more, it just didn't look
Some
great.
Yeah, sometimes practical isn't always the best. I know, we try to praise that as much as we could because as we can, because it is impressive to do it and to what you can pull off, but sometimes practical can suck, and that's okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's all the movies I have. You have any?
Okay. So I have 2 movies, but one of them is from actually when I'm a kid, and then I'll say the other one is from when I'm right there, like you said, I'm at this point, I'm probably 13, about to be 14. Um, so the first movie is 30 Days of Night.
Ooh, what's this one?
It's that vampire movie. It takes place in Alaska.
Oh, fuck, I wanna see this movie so bad.
Yeah, so I don't know why, but I think it's because my sister wanted to watch it, but she needed or she wanted my dad to go with her, and then because my dad had to go with her by just, I don't know, um, I had to go too for some reason. So we all went, and, I mean, I was I was like, this was like, 2009, I wanna say. Let's see. Let me see real quick.
It came out in
Sorry.
2007.
2007, okay. That's even worse. So 2007, I was 9, but, like, I mean, I'm not, ashamed to admit it, but I remember the entire movie, I literally had my head down, because I just couldn't handle how visceral it was. The vampires just looked so creepy, and they were so, like, I just remember there was so much screaming, like, ugh, gosh. Um, Now, I will say though, now since I've seen clips of it now, obviously it's not the same as what I was as a kid, but yeah, I just remember it being so intense. And it is still very intense, but obviously I'm not gonna, hold my head down and not look at it.
Yeah, I
But
really wanna not rewatch it, I really wanna watch it because in my head, I don't know why, I've not seen this one, and I saw this movie years ago, and I barely remember it. Pontypool. Relate this movie and Pontypool together because they both take place in, like, a snowy area, and one involves
Pontypool.
zombies and one involves vampires, so I don't know why I relate them, but I'd love to do a double feature of watching Pontypool and 30 Days of Night. I think that'd be a fun thing to do.
I have never heard of Pontypool.
It's a
Huh.
really I think I think Mark Maron's in it, the old podcaster dude, and he's like, host of a radio station in the middle of a zombie outbreak, something like that. I
Mark
enjoyed it when I was a kid, though.
Mark Maron. He doesn't pop up on my cast list.
Oh, he doesn't? Well, I guess a guy I thought it looked like Mark Maron. Anyways, Pontypool, I associate with it.
All right, yeah.
It also comes out around the same time. 2008.
2008, yeah. But yeah, no, I just remember that being so crazy. So yeah, but I definitely do want to also actually watch it. So I think that would be a good double feature: Pontypool and 30 Days a Night.
Fuck
Um,
it, that's planned, we're doing it.
and also too, that was the first time I even learned of the day and night cycle in Alaska, which also is crazy.
I don't really fully understand it, but I know it's nighttime a lot depending on the time of the year, I think.
Uh, yes, and also too because of where they're located. Um, physics. There you go. That explains it.
Yeah, okay, I got it, Mr. Scientist.
Well, no, because I recently watched a TikTok where somebody was like, "Let's watch the sunrise and sunset in Alaska," and the sun was only out for probably like it was insane. It did not last long. It was just crazy because like it felt like it was still dark even when the sun was out, quote unquote. Like
Yeah.
it's wild. But yeah, there's a specific period though, um, 30 days a night where it's just 30 days a night. It's definitely has something to do with the fact of where it's positioned on the earth being directly in the fucking middle.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. But yeah, and now the other movie I was gonna bring up. Now I watched this when I was like I said, when I was 14. There's only one scene in it though that like scared me and my sister because I think we watched it together and somebody else too. It scared everybody. Um, and it was Sinister
Oh, yeah, I
with
haven't seen it, but I know of it.
yeah, with Ethan Hawke. Yeah, it was a wild movie, and there was a specific scene in there that, like, was just because, A, it's incredibly loud, but also, 2, a complete fucking surprise. Um, and even now too, because I bring it up, because I recently saw somebody talk about it on my timeline of how, like, scary that scene or how much of a jump scare that scene was. It was, like, honestly it was, like, a perfect jump scare, and I was like, "God damn, yeah, it was." It's still really that jump scare in particular is very good. I won't spoil it for anybody, but
Oh, yeah.
you
I definitely wanna watch it.
but for anybody who wants to know what I'm talking about, Lawnmower.
Oh, Lawnmower Man.
Yeah, that's it for my movies though. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the movie section. I have my next section. I classify it as the video game section. I've only got like 3 things here because it's all I could really remember.
Yeah.
Because I didn't tend to play scary games or even look at them when I was little because it was too much, and I didn't really start playing scary games until I was like 13 or so. So that's when scary stuff stopped. But up first is Fallout 3's Feral Ghouls. I remember when Cody got Fallout 3 on the PlayStation 3. I don't remember when. It wasn't at launch because we got it on sale at GameStop. But I remember watching Cody play, and he was scared of the Feral Ghouls, and he's like 6 years older than me. And he was like fucking like 14, 15 at the time of playing it, and he was fucking struggling. But I guess became the better gamer because I could handle that shit very easily. I don't even think he likes Fallout to this day because the feral ghouls are so scary to him.
He does not. He still thinks the feral ghouls are scary, and I think he got exposed to the feral ghouls in Fallout 4, and he hated it. He was like, "They're so scary."
I think they did up the fear
They
factor in
did.
Fallout
They
4.
did. I don't blame anybody because they did. I remember playing Fallout 4 and first, fighting the ghouls, and I was like, "Holy shit." I actively want to avoid them because they're so scary.
Yeah, I was terrified of the feral ghouls just watching Cody play Fallout 3, so I never played Fallout 3. Until I got Fallout New Vegas one time because I remember seeing people on YouTube talk about it, and I think maybe Wenzel talked about it at school.
I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up.
And I still was very scared of the feral ghouls when I tried playing it. It was like 2011 though, 2012, somewhere in there.
Yeah, so it's not that close to being like the cutoff.
Of me being not as afraid. But yeah, I didn't touch New Vegas after like I played for like 10 hours, barely made out of what, Nipton? Was that the first town? I
Oh
can't
my god.
remember.
Actually, you might be right, and I didn't even remember.
I played the shit out of the Fallout games. Every single one of them, I've played the fuck ton out of them, even though I was scared of them. It just took until I was like 13 to 14 to actually dive into them like a crazy person.
To be fair, I also waited a little bit. Um, I say a little bit. I was literally I remember the DLC coming out, so I didn't wait that long. I think I waited like probably 2012, 2013 to really get back into Fallout New Vegas because the DLC was coming out and I was following along with that.
Yeah, I didn't even touch the DLC until I was fucking in high school. It was a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I love the DLC, man. I remember as soon as it came out, I bought that shit and then the night of download it and then would get home from school and it would be there.
Yeah, I like the DLC except for one that I actually hate. It's probably one of my least favorite Fallout DLCs is the I can't remember what it's called, but it's the one where you have the bomb collar.
Oh, Dead Money.
Dead Money. I fucking hated Dead Money.
I I think okay, so oh god, the one with the fucking horses, not the horses, the one with the burn man, Joshua
That one
Graham,
rules, Honest Hearts.
Honest Hearts. Honest Hearts, because the fucking tribe was called Dead Horses, I think. Honest Hearts was fine only because okay, so in Honest Hearts, you get Joshua Graham's pistol, and then you also get the survivalist rifle. The survivalist rifle is so fucking strong. That's the only reason why I really liked Honest Hearts. Uh, Dead Money. I didn't like Dead Money either. I think that fucking ending of like whether you have to choose between keeping the gold or giving it up is bullshit.
Yeah, because to actually keep the gold, you have to do some bullshit to actually keep it. And I'm too fucking lazy and like attention spans not willing to get that fucking gold out of there. Also the what is it? Old World Blues. Fuck.
Old
It-
World Blues, and the last one was the Lonesome Road.
yeah, all of those DLCs except for Dead Money. I really enjoyed all of them. Man, I
I
really hope
love.
Starfield gets DLC like that.
I would love it. Oh, but speaking of Fallout New Vegas, that's not on my list because I wasn't a scared little baby like you.
No,
But,
man.
like Colt said, I did talk about it with him, and this is our interaction. Um, "Hey, Wenzel, do you play video games?" "Yeah, I've been playing Fallout New Vegas recently. Have you?" "No." I'm like, "Why?" "The ghouls are scary." "Oh." That's it.
And then we never talked to each other again.
Until, like 7th grade, and then again 8th grade finally.
We
That's not even
talked
a
a lot, actually.
uh, yeah, no, it was just so funny. And then I remember being like, somebody was uh, "So, when you, have you I heard Colt plays video games. Have you talked to him about playing video games?" Like, "No, because he's a pussy."
Oh my god,
No.
it's scary.
No, I'm just kidding. I never said that. Um, yeah, I understand, though.
Yeah, do you have anything along this lines in this category, video game
You
fear
probably
thing?
make an easy guess because I remember the ads for this, and then I remember getting the 2nd game and then only playing a little bit of it because I was too fucking scared. Dead Space.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, that's fair.
Dead
I didn't even
I
touch Dead Space because I knew it was too scary for me.
I I remember Dead Space 1. I remember the ads playing at night and being absolutely just scared. It was so scary. And the thing is too is like Dead Space also just sticks out in my mind so much because of how unique it was. So it's like something I can never forget as a kid because I specifically remember the marketing for that. And then like right there on like the cusp of being a teenager. So like I was like, oh yeah, I have to get Dead Space 2 because my tastes are developing more. And I'm like, I'm not scared. I can't be scared. It looks fun. It looks crazy. Nope. Could only play like probably okay. Now I probably played to halfway in the game before I dropped it because I got so scared, which is actually pretty far. Um, I just think it's funny. Yeah, it was very scary. The reason why I dropped it because I think I was right at the very middle where you have to go back into the Ishimura, and
Oh.
I was not having that. So I do remember too looking up like stuff previously, like about learning about like the Dead Space story and everything, and just being absolutely just sad as a kid because I was like, I was like, this is messed up, man. But then also too, for the longest time in my doodles, I would always try to draw the marker from Dead Space. The double helix looking
Yeah.
artifact. Yeah, I always try to draw that. It's always a fun thing to draw. Um, yeah.
Even the new Dead Space, the remake is pretty damn scary. Also,
I,
fucking phenomenal horror game. It's really good.
I gotta play it. I know.
That came out this year, which is it doesn't feel like it came out this year at all. Same thing with fucking Wo Long Fallen Dynasty. All that first quarter of games just does not feel like it came
It
out this
feels like
year.
that first quarter is in an entirely different year. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Um.
And you talking about Dead Space reminded me of another game that I just added to my list.
Oh, okay.
It was Fear, the first Fear, Fear
Oh, yeah.
1 on PlayStation 3.
Why are you afraid of fear?
Because it was ghosts that were jump scaring you constantly. I remember getting it at GameStop for like $10 and being like, "Oh hell yeah, I'm gonna play this. This looks cool." I immediately got home, played like 30 minutes of it. The intro was fucking horrifying. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait for Cody to play it, and I'll be less scared because I'll have someone else to play it with. Cody was too scared. We probably played it a total of like an hour,
Oh, that's good.
and I still have it. It's somewhere in my closet with the rest of my PlayStation 3 games.
Okay. That's funny. Of course. That's funny too because we eventually played, PT with Cody
Yeah, yeah, and he was struggling playing that.
because he would just start screaming when he gets scared.
Yeah, to be fair, PT was fucking scary, even to
PT
me.
is scary, like, and that hasn't changed because
No,
I'll go back and watch PT footage, I'm just like, "Ah!" Because, like, it's just so good.
in
Ugh.
the writings, fuck, if Kojima, man, I wish in Death Stranding, he does have a horror twist in it. It is nice, but I want to have a full horror game from him so bad. The
So
whole
fucking
bit
bad.
where it's like, "Turn around now." just ooh, so fucking good.
Oh my god.
Also, Dead Baby in the Sink. Was that a
Yeah.
teaser for fucking
Death Stranding?
Death Stranding? Maybe. I don't know.
Gosh, I love too that radio host is like, it's like, "Don't turn that dial. We're just getting started." Oh god, that was so good. I love the radio host section. Like you said, the dialogue and writing for that is incredible. Um,
And it's
oh my
such a simple thing. This demo was like
it's just a
an
demo.
hour tops, and you're just following this one single hallway that's
Yeah.
barely changing with every loop.
Yep, exactly.
Ah,
It's just literally it's just the same hallway, uh, until you get to the later sections, but it's just, again, a hallway. Also too, the beginning portion too, when you first enter or when you wake up in the room with the dialogue about how talking about, like, I think, like, parallel universes and choices and another version of yourself. So good. Oof.
Kojima, I need you to make a horror game, but also work on Death Stranding too. I'm excited for both of these options because rumor has it there is a horror from Kojima Productions.
Please?
Please. What about you? You got any other video games in there?
Yes, of course.
Shoot
I
'em out.
have so it's funny because this also ended up being one of my favorite game series of all time, but I remember when the first game of this came out being so scared of it because it was on, there was ads for it in comic books, I saw it occasionally on TV, and it had this very, uh, if you've seen, like, the details to these characters or whatever, it's, like, very rusty, very bloody, and that was BioShock.
Oh, yeah, that was a game that was too scary for me to even think about playing.
I mean, I did not play that game or that series literally until middle school, but ooh boy, did I freaking love it. Holy shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
the funny thing is, I didn't play it until the remasters came out in high school, and I fucking loved it, and turns out they're not really that scary. They're more arcadey than anything, and they're super fun.
well, the horror is definitely there, but it comes in, like, different ways. So, and to be fair, it could also be the marketing because the way they marketed it is, like, it was so grotesque, and like I said, there's, like, a bunch of, like, rust and blood and, like, and I specifically talk about the big daddies,
Yeah, yeah.
that look I remember too, like, the specific, the ads, like, in the ads, you would have, a Big Daddy right there, the main one, everybody knows um, and I remember seeing that and, like, just being like, "What is this?" But also too, "This looks scary, so I'm not gonna spend much time with this." Um, one of my old comic books still has an ad, from, um, that year or from that year with the ad of BioShock, and sometimes I like to go back and look at it, um and I remember
I think
too.
I still have a magazine, Game Informer from that time frame with,
Oh,
BioShock
wow.
2 is the second one, I think.
Wow, okay. Yeah, um, and then I remember reading the ad because it talked about, like, the different things you can do. Oh, no, wait, it might have been the game itself that had it say this, okay. Anyway, on the writing, though, for, like, some of the things you can do in the game, I remember one of the things that definitely terrified me, but also fascinated me was, like, did you wanna, so you get these powers. Did you wanna turn your blood into, attacking wasp or something? Like, because that was one of the powers is, uh, like, all these holes would open up um, in your arm,
I
and you
hate
could release
that.
this yeah, right? I hated that. I was like, "That is some tryptophobia if I've ever seen it." I think that's how it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you would shoot out wasp, and those wasps would be made, from your blood, and I still think how cool that is, where, like, when you're just sitting idle, you can just see the wasp or the bees, come out of your arm, but, like, they're literally made from your blood, so they would, like drops of your blood would come out, but, like, they would turn into, like, a bee real quick or whatever. It was I think, like, "Man, that's so cool." Might have to do BioShock for, one of the Backlog boys.
I'm so down for that because I fucking love BioShock. BioShock 2, still my favorite, but I love them all. They're all great.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that's it for me for video games. I couldn't really recall anything, like, off the top of my head that really scared me as a kid when it came to video games, because I never, oh gosh. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it for me.
I've got 2 more video game things, so I'm gonna shoot them out. I got
Yeah, go
Resident
ahead.
Evil 4 and 5. These games were so fucking scary to me as a kid. Specifically, 5 was scarier to me as a kid for some fucking reason. Even, like, now, it should be the other way around as an adult because I feel like Resident Evil 4 is scarier than 5. But just watching Cody play, I never played it myself until later in life, like every other fucking horror game. Resident Evil 5 scared me the fuck out of me just because the Chainsaw Man, I found him horrifying.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I think I was in middle school when I played Resident Evil 5 with the Chainsaw Man, and I still remember vividly being so stressed out.
I
Yeah.
remember buying Resident Evil 5 for it was,
Mm.
with Christmas money that I got, but I wanted it because I remember watching Cody playing or JoJo, Cody or JoJo, or Cody and JoJo playing Resident Evil 4, and I really enjoyed it. I was like, "Oh, the 5th one's out." And I said, "Hell yeah, I'm gonna get this and make Cody play it," and that's exactly what I did. And, I loved it. I loved watching Cody play that game, and Cody loved that game too. He played it like crazy. Uh, Fucking super fun game. I still enjoy it to this day.
Hell yeah, dude. That reminds me, so that reminds me of a quick section that scared me, from a game. This is I think I played this in 2010 or 2011. So I was about, like, 12, 11 or 12 when I played this, but, um, the section of Halo 3 where you go into, the flood-infested ship, the
I thought that
first
was Halo 2. No, it's Halo
it's
3. Yeah, 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 yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, that's in all of the I think it's in all the Halos. I'm specifically talking about Halo 3 whenever you go into the flood-infested, High Charity, when it crash lands on Earth,
Yeah, that shit's
and
scary.
yeah, I remember being so scared. I still played it, and I still was able to do it. I remember being like sweating because I was just like, oh my god, oh Lord, like Jesus. Um,
The Flood's still genuinely scary. We played it like 2 years ago, and, it's still pretty damn scary.
it is. Yeah, I agree. Doesn't help with all the fucking sounds that they make.
Yeah, I just remember I think it's in Halo 2 when you walk around of a room and a guy sees you, and as soon as he does, he shoots himself in the head. It was in the
Ooh,
flooded ship.
wow. Goodness. I think it might have been Halo 2, yeah. I don't
But
remember
that
that in
shit
Halo
was
3.
fucked up. I was like, "Jesus." And that was just like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Okay, now that's finally all I have for scary stuff
But
for
now I
games.
got
Mhm.
one more thing. And
Alright.
this is something that I was, like, really thrown back because I went on YouTube and I searched up this exact thing, and, yeah, it's still got the creepy vibes going on, very much so. That's the Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance crypt. I
Oh,
fucking hated the crypt as a kid, but I did enjoy watching Cody open these things because it did make some satisfying noises. The crypt is just all around spooky from the vibes to visuals to sounds. It's a scary little thing. It's very simple. Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, or just Mortal Kombat in general, is a spooky series to a kid. So I don't think the current or the newest Mortal Kombat is as spooky. I think it's the least spooky Mortal Kombat game that they have. But still, Deadly Alliance's crypt, man, made me poo poo blood. Made me
okay.
poo poo.
I've never played it, so I wouldn't know.
But yeah, that's all the video game stuff I have. The rest I have is like just general. I've got 4 more that's general life things.
Okay.
And first up is Cody, my older brother, had a little
Just Cody.
yet yeah, had a little creature. It was like a Yeti action figure. I can't pinpoint it. I tried Googling for like an hour today trying to figure out what the hell this toy was, but I could not find anything on it. and it was like a Yeti with a blue face. It had like fur. I can't remember if it was like static fur, like that was plastic mold,
Is
or if
that
it
the
was like real fur.
Wait, is that the Bumble from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
It's not him, but it is a creature. It might not even be a Yeti. It could be a
Hmm.
bear, a werewolf. I don't know.
Well, that's kind of stupid.
But it has white fur and it had like a
Just
blue
kidding.
face and it had like a snarl and it was like a scary looking creature. That
That's a
thing,
Yeti.
I know, but I don't. It's not the thing from Rudolph because that's not what it looked like.
I What if
It
it was? What if you been pissing your pants because you saw the Bumble?
No, okay, so it had like super muscular features and it had like claw hands and it had like an
That's the
open
Bumble.
mouth. It's like, ah.
You're describing the Bumble.
Well, just know at one point I put it in the toilet and I flushed hoping it would disappear because it was so scary to me. And
What?
I ran out of the bathroom when I did it, but so it didn't go down because it is larger than a
How
turd.
old were you?
I was like 4.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
A
I'm just kidding.
4-year-old scared of a
I'm just
toy.
kidding. I'm just kidding. You're kind of a piece of shit, though.
It was scary, man.
That's funny. That's like I just can't.
And Cody would use it against me. He knew I was scared of it, and he'd put it in random places to scare me.
Oh wow, that's funny. That's kind of funny. Cody's a piece of shit, though. I'll say
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Easy.
No, I just imagine though you like little tiny Colt, like I just hear the bathroom doors close and you just hear now it's time to die, and then the toilet flushing, but like it doesn't go down, and then just like immediately the door slams open, just this tiny kid running out.
I didn't see nothing. Didn't hear nothing. I'm out. But
Love
yeah,
that.
that shit is scary. I also got YouTube horror videos from the early days of YouTube.
Whoa, I can't talk about mine.
Ah, fuck. I didn't know. Well, I mean, I'm already here. I'll tell you.
No, I'm talking about mine. Okay,
Okay.
anyway, mine was also a toy, but it wasn't my toy, it was my sister's toy, and it was, you guessed it, a doll. It was a baby doll. It was a mermaid baby doll, and the reason why it creeped me out too is that it would sing this haunting fucking song.
I hate toys that make noises.
It's awful. It was like, oh my gosh, oh my god, I can remember now. Da 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 da.
Was it a Little Mermaid thing?
No, it was not. Uh, it was just a baby that was a mermaid. Um, and then at one point, I finally decided I had enough, and I was like, "I'm not scared of you. Shut up." That's what I say to it. And my dad would be like, "Yeah, get him."
Fuck.
So that's how I conquered that fear.
And you still do it. You still have to say it every time you see a picture of it.
Yep.
But yeah, YouTube horror videos from the early days of YouTube, specifically like Cody and JoJo and our friend group in general at that time frame would love to go on YouTube on our Nintendo Wii, which is the best way to watch YouTube videos to
Yes,
this day. And
absolutely.
just search like ghost videos, real ghost videos, scary ghost. You won't believe what happens.
Wow,
Ghost,
we
ghost,
still do
ghost.
that today
Kinda, but not really. We haven't
on
done
a
it in a long
Wii.
time.
On a Wii, we
Oh,
do it
yeah,
on a
yeah, we do that, yeah. But, I remember so many of those fucking videos of scaring the shit out of me. Most of them were jump scares, and I fucking hate jump scares.
Yeah, fair.
I remember a rocking chair just slowly rocking, and then suddenly the, yeah, it's the exorcist girl.
Yep,
She
yep,
jumps out and
exactly.
screams. I remember being so scared, I think I stopped breathing. And, like,
Oh, man.
I just then Cody was, like, visibly, like, worried because I did stop breathing, and I was just not responding. And, suddenly started breathing, and I ran to my mom, and I told on him,
Oh
and,
my god.
he got in trouble.
Tattletale?
Well, I almost died of fear. If I was
Uh,
80, I would've been dead.
uh, yeah, I guess.
And you also have the classic down the hill car going down the hill
Oh,
jump
yeah.
scare. And then you have the maze game as well.
Wow, I
Just
was literally gonna bring that one up.
yeah, just the classics right there.
Classic, yep.
You got any
Hated the
more?
maze game. Oh my gosh. Speaking of, I actually forgot The Exorcist, but the thing about The Exorcist is so my dad didn't have us watch it because he was scared of it, but I remember seeing stuff and hearing the theme. I I actually wasn't scared of it as a kid.
Oh, that's
Like
strange. It's
like
still the theme's still spooky today.
I like the theme, um, because it's spooky, but it's just so funny because my dad would just talk about it and I would get like secondhand fear from it, but then whenever I would actually see it like somewhere or anything, I just wasn't scared. I was like, "Oh, huh, there's something wrong with that girl," and then move
Your
on.
mother sucks cocks in hell.
Uh, yeah, so, yeah, I just and then my dad would always tell those, those fucking urban legends shit about like, "Oh, this happened after they filmed The Exorcist, all this stuff, God didn't want this movie to come out, blah, 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 blah." Which
Yeah,
is
I remember hearing all those things.
which is
Isn't one
funny.
of the kids in it that died in that helicopter crash in Twilight Zone movie?
Yes, I think so. One of the kids and I think maybe one of the parents or one of the adult actors, something, I don't know.
And wasn't there another kid that was beaten to death by her father? Just some bad stuff going around those movies.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. But, no, and the thing is too is, like, that's what they use it for, but then also too, I'm like it's like, okay, but it's literally a movie about a guy trying to help destroy the devil. Like, why would God not want this movie? Like, if anything, it's propaganda.
I mean, it is propaganda. The guy that directed it made a fucking movie that was a real exorcism, but it was bullshit
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah. No, like, so I don't understand this whole like thing of like, oh, this movie's evil, blah blah blah. Like that, like I still, even as a kid, that just never made any sense. Um, well, I can't say that because also I still did avoid movies like that. But anyway, yeah, I like it. I guess it wasn't until I became a teenager when I realized that was stupid. But yeah, I just don't understand that. Oh gosh, let me think. I had something on the tip. Oh, okay. So this isn't so what's interesting about this is I remember seeing the commercial. This is a TV show, by the way. I remember seeing the commercial or the ad for this on a VHS movie we had. And it scared me because of how I could just get the vibe from it that it felt dark, but also it looked incredibly cool. And, it was on the VHS for Destroy All Monsters, the Godzilla movie, and it was the ADV, um, ad or, commercial for Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Oh, yeah. You've showed us this ad.
Yep, it's still I love to go back to it, it's just great. It's just awesome. Ode to joy, all the imagery, it's just incredible. I remember as a kid seeing this and just being, like, astounded but horrified at the same time, and then for the longest time, until literally not 8th grade, but literally until 7th grade, I didn't think it was, I had forgotten about it or I didn't think it was real. It felt like it was vaporware to me. I was just like it was, like, so just unreal. But then we rewatched Destroy All Monsters and we saw that and I was like, "Oh my god, what fucking thing is this?" So I had to look it up and that's when I watched it. I found it, whenever there was actually cool stuff on YouTube. I watched it on there. Um, the sub on YouTube for it. It was like 8th grade and just falling in love with it. Even though it was incredibly just dark, God. But yeah, I remember being so scared of it, especially the sound the Evas make whenever they're about to go berserk. Yeah.
Yeah, also, kids don't know how good they today with their anime watching on their fucking sites. Back in the day, we had to watch a single episode of whatever anime we wanted through YouTube in, like, 4 to 8 parts.
You
And
were
I
not wrong.
remember watching with Cody and like, "Oh, the new Shippuden episode should be out." And then he'll be like, "Alright, let's watch." And then we watch part 1, part 2, and we see part 4, but part 3 is not on YouTube. So
Yep.
we have to go somewhere else to find part 3. It was just some fucking dog shit, and I'm glad we have it like it is today.
No, I am so glad too. It is crazy. Like you, I remember having to watch so much stuff on YouTube Like, that's how I watched all of Transformers Generation 1. That's how I watched most of Beast Wars until I think I found out they had it for free on the Hasbro streaming site or whatever. Um, oh gosh, something else too I watched on there besides Neon Genesis. Yeah, yeah, dude. Kids have it good now. It pisses me off.
Yeah, they need to have it hard.
Yeah.
They can't have they should have to pay $50 million for school, make a PlayStation require blood samples or something, I don't know.
Yeah, and they had to give us a finger.
Yeah, cut off a finger or something, I guess.
Hey, we said we're gonna make it hard for them.
Yeah. I only have 2 things left, but I'm gonna group them together. How many things you got?
I feel like I had another one, but I can't. It's just lost to me now because it came to me while we were talking, but I think I lost it. But I just have one.
All right, I'm just gonna shoot mine out then. I have this kinda relates to the YouTube horror videos thing, and that is looking into mirrors and looking out of windows at night. I
Whoa.
still don't like doing this as an adult. I find mirrors to be kind of creepy. Especially when I'm super tired. I don't like looking in mirrors, or if I'm home alone, I don't like looking in mirrors. Just not a big fan of them. And looking out of windows at night, can't catch me doing that. I don't want to see a face. Don't want to see a face at all. And you can thank YouTube horror videos from that time frame because I remember a video of a girl like brushing her hair and she looks away and in the mirror the face of the girl is looking directly at you. Did not like it. Looking out of windows at night is just fucking not fun.
I do that all the time. I look at windows at night. I look at mirrors at night.
Because the thing is, of looking out of windows at night, you can barely see what's out there, but whatever's out there can very much so see you
Well, that's why you turn
super
off the
clear.
lights. If you turn off the lights, that was the thing my dad always taught me too. Was like he's like, if you're gonna look out through the window, make sure you turn off the lights so that you can see clearly. That's what we would do, and we would see clearly and be like, okay, if something's looking at us, well, guess what? We're fucking looking at them. And also two mirrors. Just watch the process of how a mirror's made, and you'll be fine.
No, it's not just that. It's like the whole like mythology or the can't think of the right term here of like mirrors being a gateway of spirits and shit like that.
Yeah.
It just that shit spooked the fuck out of me. And I just don't like the idea of looking up after brushing my teeth and seeing a dark shadow behind me.
I mean, if I do see a dark shadow, I'll just punch the mirror.
That's just gonna hurt you.
No, that breaks the seal, bitch.
Oh. But what
Don't
if
you
it's
know
not
anything about mirror battles and mirror magic? What the fuck's wrong with you? God damn, this is 101.
And you know what else? I got one more. It's you. You scare me.
Good.
But yeah, that's all I got. So what do you have to shoot us off into space?
All right, I have one more, and it's look behind you.
There's nothing there.
Yeah, that's right.
Is
There's
that
nothing
it?
there. There's nothing. Nothing. Think about it. Nothing. There's nothing. Nothing. That should scare you, bitch. Nothing. No. My legit number one is I hated watching this as a kid, and honestly, I just don't care about like I never got into it, um and because of that, I just don't care about it now. So I don't hold the attachment for it as a lot of people do. It's a Happy Tree Friends.
Ah, this was in the same vein as Saw for me. It wasn't necessarily scary, but it was just shock value
It was just
watching.
shock value, and that's the kind of the same thing for me is, it wasn't scary, I just, shock value, icky, didn't like it, I didn't like seeing all these cutesy little, animals getting fucked up, and honestly, too, it's like the same thing with, like, anime, like, seeing all these, like, really cute characters getting fucking tortured and killed, I hate it. Ugh.
Well, I love it, so get used to it. No, I don't. I don't like it.
You know, if it's, quote, "tasteful," unquote, it can be
Say that again.
enjoyable.
Tasteful torture.
if this fictional animated torture is tasteful, then it's enjoyable.
That's
See,
still a wild sentence, no matter way you
I
put it.
started with fictional. That's the difference. Oh gosh, what was one of the ones? I think the one that sticks out of my head the most of Happy Tree Friends is the one where like one of them loses their fucking eyeballs and it gets in like the lemonade
Uh,
and they're stirring it with like
yeah.
lemonade full of eyeballs. But the reason why they're stirring it is because the one stirring it literally had something happen to their face, so they had their face bandaged up and they can't see. Ugh,
I
hate it.
remember, the one that sticks out to me is I'm not sure if it was the moose or the squirrel. One of them's, like, hanging by their own intestines. That sticks out in my brain.
Oh, I have not seen that, but that sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, it's Happy Tree Friends.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
that's all I have.
that's all we have for childhood horrors, really. That's not all, like, that scared me as a kid. This is all that I could think of, because God knows I'm repressing something, that scares me, from, like, fictional shit. 'Cause I don't remember everything. 'Cause,
Yeah, we're just
coming up with those movies, I had to dig It and Child's Play. I had to dig those 2 movies out of my head to actually realize, yeah, I was scared of those.
oh, it's fair. Yeah, no, like, media, of course, we definitely remember more, probably due to recency and also too of like how much we consume it. There's a bunch of stuff like you said. Like, I mean, I still remember the dream. And there's still other dreams I vaguely remember, but that dream in particular about Chucky, like, obviously, like, I like, having to pull anything else would probably be impossible for me, but that one was so vivid. So, yeah, there's, like, a bunch of stuff, but obviously, for the sake of this, we can't talk about everything, but you can now learn a little or you have learned a little bit about what makes us tick.
Yeah, and that's, scary things.
Fear.
Also,
Fear is what makes us tick.
uh, I'm scared of the atomic bomb. I'm scared of nuclear annihilation.
I'm scared of everybody I know and love dying.
I'm scared of death. I'm
Um,
scared of, getting my feet cut off, my arms cut off, my head cut off. I'm scared of all that.
I'm scared of,
Getting hit by a car,
I'm not really scared of that.
getting my balls run over by a car.
Okay, I'm scared of that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you should be scared of that.
Yeah, like, gosh, I'm scared of falling. I don't know why I couldn't think of
Yeah.
any fears. I'm scared of fucking falling. That's like a legit fear of mine. I can't
I
handle
mean,
it.
yeah, that's just
Uh,
human.
now, well, you say that, but there's people who jump out of planes, go sky, oh gosh, what is it? They go scaling buildings and rock
Yeah.
faces and
Not
stuff.
me. Not me.
Not me, never. Um, cool
Yeah,
to
but if we're
watch.
we're gonna list everything that we're scared of, good golly, Miss Molly, we'd be here for the holidays.
Yeah, and it is a holiday. This is upcoming soon.
Yep. Happy
This month.
Halloween, everyone. Just
Happy
wanted to get
Halloween.
that out there. Enjoy your holiday. We're not over. We still have some October spooky episodes coming up,
Yeah.
but enjoy. You want to plug us up, or do you have
No,
anything else to say?
I don't have anything. I'm not gonna even plug.
Uh, we're on Spotify and
Um,
Twitter.
yeah. So we're on Twitter. At what the fuck?
Wah,
Why the?
wah, wah,
Sorry,
wah,
sorry. Shut the. Can you shut
wah.
up? We're on Twitter at AYCH Podcast. Um, is okay. Off mic, even though this will not be edited.
No.
Um, is Extra still up?
Ah, the feed or the Twitter?
There's a Twitter? No, I know there's a Twitter.
Yeah, the
Either.
feed's still up. I mean, we're not taking the feed down.
What about the Twitter? Hold on.
Twitter should still be
Oh,
there.
the Twitter's still up. Okay. Yeah, so there's some stuff being done differently about that. Go ahead
We
and
still don't know exactly the future of how we're organizing shit and past
yeah.
promises. What happens happens.
Yeah, I'll just say that.
Just at this point.
But as far as we know though, um Twitter-wise, AYCH podcasts, obviously, go follow that. Backlog Boys, go follow us there. Those are permanent stays. Um AYCH Xtra. Go follow that. Like Colt said, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Google Podcasts, we're on Overcast, we're on anywhere. SoundCloud. That's our platform, by the way, our hosting platform. Any RSS feed. We're connected. We're in a lot of places. So go check us out. We're also on Twitch at twitch.tv/AllYouCanHear. Again, Tanner is going through some stuff right now. So Tanner's with Tuesdays. I don't know when he'll get back to that or if that will continue. But just in case, go follow us because you never know. We do get back into streaming occasionally. So but if you want to see all of our VODs or our past streams of, again, Tanner Tuesdays with Tanner, go to our YouTube, subscribe to us, All You Can Hear on there. We're on Instagram, All You Can Hear as well, I believe. Can I not remember, really, Wenzel?
I think so.
AYCH Podcast, my bad. AYCH Podcast. Go follow us there. Yeah, I think that's it for our plugs, correct?
Plug yourself.
So you can follow me, Wenzel, on Twitter at WenzyWilkie. You can follow my art Instagram at World of Wenzy. You can follow my Bookstagram, Wenzel Banters. You can follow me on Threads, World of Wenzy. You can follow me on Blue Sky, World of Wenzy as well. I do have a podcast out at the time of this coming out. I don't know what episodes I will actually have out because I've been so busy with work and so tired and other things that I haven't been able to record like I had initially planned. So my schedule is definitely way off. So I'm sorry in advance, but I do have episode 0 out on Spotify of Wenzel's Essentials. And to keep up with any related news or whatever, all of those platforms I just mentioned, specifically Wenzel Banters and World of Wenzy on Threads, and of course, WenzyWilkie on Twitter, those are where I basically will be updating with news and stuff about Wenzel's Essentials. But again, I have that podcast, so please go follow it. Give that episode 0 a listen. That's the introduction. Let me think. I have a letterbox, Goodreads. I have a link tree for links for everything. So go check that out. I also have a store, worldofwenzy.bigcartel.com. Hopefully that might be up by the time this episode comes out. If it's not, it will be up soon. But thank you for listening.
Yeah, I'm Colt. Follow me on Twitter at ColtD00. Follow me on Blue Sky at ColtD99. Blue Sky's starting to boom. There's a lot more people on it that I care about following. I'm very glad that Blue Sky is getting better. I just need DMs, please. Said this before.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's all we got. Don't shit yourself.
Shit yourself.
Yeah, you shit yourself.
Hold on. I'm gonna do this bit. I'm gonna do this. Shit yourself.
Oh, it's Genesis. Oh,
okay. You could actually be Genesis, or it could be the Lick. Is it a Lick King or Lick from Adventure Time?
Lich King.
Lich King. Sorry. I don't know if you remember that when he says fall.
Yeah.
But instead, I'm like, shit yourself.
Okay, I like it.
Thank you, audience, for making me have to explain a joke since you're all a bunch of fucking idiots.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry. All right. Well,
Bye-bye.
bye.